The world of AI is just moving at a wild pace, isn't it? I mean, just when you think you've wrapped your head around one major breakthrough, bam, another one hits. So in this explainer, we're going to zero in on two really fundamental shifts that are happening right now. We're talking about giving AI two very, well, human-like abilities: the power to remember and the power to actually do things. So, what's fueling this incredible speed? Well, it's pretty simple: intense competition. You've got the tech giants and these smaller, nimbler foundations, all in a kind of arms race. And what that means for us is a brand new frontier for AI. We're at a point where these massive breakthroughs aren't years apart anymore. Sometimes they're not even weeks apart. All right, let's start with a pretty mind-bending question. What if an AI could remember, well, everything you've ever discussed with it? And not just remember it, but actually learn from it. Imagine that. It would become this truly personalized assistant that grows with you. Now, that might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but as you're about to see, it's really not anymore. And that brings us perfectly to our first big development, and this one's coming from Google. They are tackling this exact challenge head on. They're engineering a system that gives AI a persistent, long-term memory. And believe me, this is a fundamental shift in how these models work. Okay, so the system has a couple of names: Titans and Miros. Don't worry too much about the names, they're internal to Google. What really matters is what this thing does. It's a whole new architecture designed to give AI the power to hold on to information and recall it over long periods. Think of it like this. It's the difference between having short-term memory, like remembering a phone number for a few seconds, and having a real, genuine, long-term memory. And this really shows you what a massive leap forward we're talking about. I mean, look at the difference. Old AIs, they had this really limited context window. Basically, they could only remember the last couple things you said. Their knowledge was fixed, and poof, they'd forget you the second the chat was over. This new system, it just flips the script entirely. We're talking massive context windows, learning on the fly as you use it, and the big one, it actually remembers. So what does this new memory power actually get you? Well, it really boils down to three key things. First, it's amazing at handling huge amounts of context. Like, you could feed it an entire book or a super long conversation. Second, it learns and adapts in real time, which is a game changer. And finally, and this is super important, this isn't just an idea on a whiteboard. It's already crushing it, getting top results on industry benchmarks. Okay, so memory is one piece of the puzzle. A huge piece, for sure. But it's only half the story. While Google is busy teaching AI how to remember, another team is teaching it how to act. And that brings us to something called Lux, which is a whole new kind of AI agent that can actually take direct action right on your computer. So Lux comes from a group called the OpenAGI Foundation. And these folks are focused on the big prize: artificial general intelligence. Lux itself is what they call a computer use model. Its job is simple, but incredibly powerful. It's designed to operate your entire computer desktop just like you would, but, with insane speed and accuracy. And again, this isn't just some lab experiment. In the super competitive world of AI agents, it's all about performance, and Lux is already blowing past the other agents out there. It's setting a whole new bar for what's possible. I mean, this is a really significant step towards having an AI that can reliably just do complex stuff for us on our computers all by itself. So you're probably wondering, how does this actually work? Well, it's pretty cool. You just give it a high-level goal, something like, hey, summarize all my unread emails from this morning and put them in a document. From there, Lux literally watches the screen. It figures out the interface of your email program, your word processor, and then it takes over. It actually controls your mouse and keyboard to click, type, and do everything needed to get that task done. All right, so we've got AI that can remember and AI that can act. But these two massive breakthroughs, they aren't happening in a vacuum. Think of them as the headliners at a festival. There's a whole bunch of other amazing stuff going on all at once, and it's all moving just as fast. For instance, happening at the exact same time, you've got new models that are making high-quality image generation way cheaper and way faster. And we're not just talking about a small improvement here. This is about putting incredibly powerful creative tools into the hands of way more people. And of course, that just fuels even more innovation down the line. And at the same time, you've got these other experiments that might seem smaller, but are just as important, like using AI to rewrite news headlines. Now, that might sound kind of minor, right? But it's actually a huge deal for pushing the boundaries of how well AI understands creative and nuanced language. And that skill is absolutely vital for the next wave of AI. So, okay, when you put it all together, you've got the memory, you've got the action, plus all these other innovations, you start to see this really clear picture. This is an industry that isn't just growing, it's accelerating. I mean, it's moving at an absolutely breakneck pace. And what's the engine behind all this acceleration? Well, it's really no secret. It's just intense competition. That's what's fueling this fire. You have all these major players constantly trying to one-up each other, and that pushes everyone to innovate faster and faster. So look, if there's one big thing to take away from all this, it's this right here. The two absolute cornerstones of intelligence, remembering the past and being able to act in the present, they're not being built one after the other. They're being built into AI right now, at the exact same time. And that parallel development is creating this powerful feedback loop, all of it driven by that race to build the next generation of AI. And all of this leaves us with one final and pretty fascinating question to think about. We are literally giving machines both memory and the ability to act on their own. As these two incredibly powerful abilities get better and better, and as they start to combine, what will they even be capable of achieving next?